Right, okay, guys. We'll see what's happening or what's happened, but I don't know if you caught that in the background there as I was doing some other things, but we seen the Gooner go flying into the wall coming out of turn 1 and 2. So that's the end of his session. Massey is into the 17s. It's a very nice lap indeed. 17.9 from Massey. Kevinson Declan on out laps. Craig is with us. So we've got 16 at the moment. I thought we were going to go up to 17. I'm sure I saw somebody else join. And into the pits for Craig, who's on an out lap and on their way round then. Let's have a look. Down over the line, 19.4, no 18.7, puts him into P6. And if you notice on her, things weren't exactly right. The fact he's coming up with the wrong times. The P currently will PB a 19.4, that's no good. 3.5 seconds down. There's Gaza. We've got a guest appearance really from Gaza. I think he's reserving. So he's going to be a full-time driver, but comes in and opens up DRS. Let's do the hilly hot lap with him then. So opens up the DRS. We'll head down to turns 1 and 2. Got to really attack this turn. It's so easy to invalidate though, but you've got to be careful. But you've got to attack it. There's so much time to be made. Opens up DRS, heads down to turn 3. It's sort of, well, probably the slowest corner of the lap, I would have thought. But sweeping left into the fast right-hander. Flat out in quali. Got to be flat out there. You've got to trust yourself. Keep the car over to the left. You can really open up this corner. Get on the power before you reach the sort of bump on the left-hand side to really take the pace down the straights. It's now, well, we call it a straight. Technically, it's never straight. It's all right or left, but it is a long straight, really. There was a great overtaking opportunity there now. The fast left-right. Open up DRS once again. Head down to this right-hander, which has been changed slightly. The curb now sticks out. There's also a red part of the curb, which is a kind of sausage curb type bit that will make you jump, and it will lose your time, so you've got to be careful. Then down to the penultimate corner, very careful through here. Be careful not to lose it out the final corner, easy to do, but you've also got to be able to get on the power through it as well. So DRS open, head over the line. 119.2 from Gaza puts him in P10 for the moment. Nice lap from the big man, and underway and going. So on a lap here at X11, I think he is. I'm reliably informed he might be a few drinks in as well, but he is improving. Get myself back onto the stream again in a second. No Wi-Fi connected, so hopefully fine. Right, oh, for God's sake. I'd say that coincided with me actually bringing the stream up on my phone, but they're not connected. It's not on Wi-Fi, my phone. It's on data, so they're not even connected to each other, so it's not that. Thank you, Daguna. I'm not sure there's much point. I assume it's Twitch or you know, it's the service, it's Twitch, I don't know what it is, but I have no idea what it is. Right, back in again. Massey on an outlap. Let's go to, I don't know. No, the gang's having a spinny old time. On the corner. I don't know what he's trying to do, but if he was trying to get into the pits, he's managed it now. Since we left though, so Massey's dropped to P3 on that 17.9. The two drivers that have gone ahead of him, Declan Madsen and Kemmons, are both in the 17.9s as well. So incredibly, the top three drivers currently covered by exactly half a tenth. How wonderful is that to see? That is exactly what we want to see. And no doubt, I mean, Daguna's still the driver in P4. You'd be, considering he's crashed out, you'd be pretty pleased to still be as high as P4. To be fair on that 18.5, we'll see where he is at the end of the session, but if he was to stay there, or even only lose one or two more, he'd probably be pretty pleased with that overall. You know, bearing in mind the situation. The lag, James, the lag. Are you kidding? I keep getting kicked out every 2 minutes. Is it actually lagging, is it? Why is it lagging? Oh my god. There's nothing I can do about it, guys. As I just said, I've done what I can. I've reset, I've done, you know, turned off and on, we've done everything we can. I did a reset earlier on my bloody Wi-Fi because we were doing some work. So my dad was doing some work in the front room, so we had to turn all the internet off anyway, so we did a hard reset at the same time. I don't know. Are we actually doing a lap? Volungus on a lap, here we go. Just under 2 temps up. So if we can hold that, that would be enough to put him ahead of Daguna. So it's still some way to those top three. Massey crosses the line, finishes the... Well, don't cross the line, but he's in the pits, but he's finished his qualifying. Then just through the final corner. And over the line. And doesn't improve. Didn't improve in the end, so Daguna was safe. What's the top guys? One of these improve. They're both improving. But Kemmons is invalidated. So Declan on debut here in HRF1 as well. If we can hold the improvement through to the end of the lap, it will be enough. Oh, that's horrendous. Here he comes to the line then. Over the line, 117.8. That is pole position. And X11 head to the line as well. 118.6. I don't think he improved. Or he may have nipped ahead of his teammate Volungus, but he didn't get Daguna. So Daguna, as I say, I think ultimately, having crashed out with just the one lap on the board, I think ultimately he'll be pretty happy that he's still on the second row of the grid. It's the top three covered by exactly 1 tenth. Look at that, that's odd. Declan Madsen, then exactly half a tenth behind Kemmons, and exactly half a tenth behind that Massey. Strange. But top three covered by exactly a tenth. That is wonderful. Whoopie down at the back. I've got absolutely no idea how he's down now. I don't know what's going on there. Incidents. And who used what? Well, Juventus Laguna comes out with in the end is that he's still on the second row of the grid and has an extra set of tyres available. May not come in any use in the race. We'll see. But I expect we're going to take a break now. I haven't really done anything yet, apart from join the lobby over and over again. Right then, guys. Any drivers listening, please remember there is a break, so do not ready up until told. I think it is the servers, James. Well, yeah, it's possibly the connections with Twitch or something, because it doesn't seem to be affecting drivers. It seems to be affecting me as a streamer. I suspect if I actually just took a car and raced, it would probably work fine. But yeah, it happens on a case. It's a long, long time since it last happened. In all fairness, it's months and months. So, but I've just it's never been this bad before. But yeah, let's see how it goes anyway. Right, guys, I was just going to take a quick break myself just to grab a coffee because something tells me I'm going to need it the way this is going. So just bear with me, I'll be back with you shortly. Right, guys. Okay, back with you. We're just waiting for the go ahead so we can call outs. Yeah, shout out comes with the Gooner. Let's go. First race of the season. Good luck to everyone, but keep it clean. Turn 1. Informed that Declan Marsden is an American, who in the lobby has just said that NASCAR is poo. So I suggest, Declan, you don't go to Texas anytime soon. I think it's Texas. Big on NASCAR. I don't know. I'm not American. Right, okay, we're here at Australia then. Now, what can we say about Australia here? It's a street circuit. It is prone to incidents. I'm not going to lie. It is a high-risk safety car track. It's you can expect an average of around about 3 safety cars a race. Hopefully, in my experience of this league, hopefully we won't see that tonight, and I don't think we will. But no, I'm touching wood as I say that. Interestingly, our top 2, Declan and Kemmons, have started on the hards. Now, I say interestingly because it is a safety car risk, this track. You might have thought the medium tires were right to start on so that you can go to the hards on the pit stop, but you never know. I've got a sneaky feeling in my stomach that we may go safety car free tonight. I don't know why, but I've just got a feeling. It may not aid that a little bit. We do have a couple of faster drivers that are down at the back, and I don't know why that is, but Hunter and Whoopi, for whatever reason, in the 2 Ferraris are down at the back of the grid. Only Twiglet separating them. They're both extremely clean drivers, so I don't think for a second they're going to barge their way through causing incidents. That's not going to happen. But just see it sometimes. This Hunter has a little spin on the formation lap. Well, it's a little bit embarrassing when you do that, but pick yourself up and go again. And my tip for the constructors, if you heard before the race, not a chance. Yeah, so if you heard before the race, I spoke to Fatal and Massey, and I think they're going to do very well in the constructors. But my tip for the constructors with the point system that we use in HRF1, which is new for this season, it is actually changed a bit, so I'll take you through that later. But P5 and P6, the 2 Alfa Romeos, X11 and Volungis are in with a great shout. If they drive consistently every week, they have got a great shout. So on board with the Gooner as we get underway. It's an absolutely incredible launch. I think he is the lobby host, who's probably got the host advantage, and goes into turn 1. Still side by side with Declan. And down towards turn 3. He's going to have the inside here to Gooner. They have a little bit of contact, just a little kiss really. Oh, there's a bit more contact a bit further back. Looked like a Haas took a bit of a whack. And round goes an Alpine. Chip van. So very rare you get through the start of Australia with absolutely nothing happening, but everybody is still going. Everybody's okay. Oh, that Alfa Romeo's not so good. It's X11. And X11, I think he's lost his right end plate, so will require a pit stop. Just trying to see if Chip Van's got any damage. I don't think... Oh, he might have a missing end plate as well. I'm not sure. No, he's got both end plates. So I think the Alfa Romeo's got damage and may need to pit. But this is... With this track, it is not a track to give up on. Just keep going, get yourself to the end, because quite often where you finish around here can actually be a bit of pot luck rather than skill, because it's because of the way the track is, basically. It looks like X11 has a little... Oh, no, I think it's Whoopi actually has a moment. He does indeed, and he's lost his front wing. So whether that was contact... He was very close to Hunter, so has he had contact with his teammate? not for him. We've got full yellows around the track. I believe it's a VSC. That will at least mean that X11 and Whoopi don't lose as much time as they would have. Still going to be a lot of time to make up. X11 goes to the hards. Don't believe he could get to the end on those. I don't think Australia's a track where you can basically do the whole race on one set of tyres. Thanks to the others that have now joined the stream. If it is lagging for you guys, I apologise. It really is nothing I can do. Just a bad night for it. Let's just go down. I think we've got a battles going on down here. This is Chunky Emperor having a look outside of Twiglet. That was a bit much, I think. And they have contact. Chunky Emperor ends up round. Don't beat yourself, lad. I'm used to doing that. It goes off. He did hit the wall, and just he doesn't have any obvious damage on the car. Massey leading has picked up a penalty, by the way, in the early stages, so could obviously be important later in the race. But we've got a set of 1 yellow. Looks like there's a Haas recovering. It's Mr. Heatgang. Going round at turn 1, coming out of turns 1 and 2. And yeah, I think, yeah, he's missing the right end plate on that front wing, so he is going to need to pit at the end of this lap. Any actual battles going on? Lycorius is pretty close to Twiglet. And turn Chipvan's pretty close to Hunter. So the 2 Ferraris. Hunter's managing to make his way through the field a bit. But Whoopi, of course, lost his wing, had to pit. But, because they managed to pit under the VSC look, they're only sort of 14 seconds off the back of the pack. That would have been double that if they had to pit for a new wing in normal race conditions. It's the Twiglet and Lycoria switch positions and then switch back again. Share alike, they say. Lycorius definitely wants to get ahead, and now Hunter's onto the back of the Paradigm. They're both on hard tyres. Hunter on the mediums. He's definitely going to want to get through. Here's Hunter. It's not ideal for him, really. When you've got two drivers ahead battling, you know you need to get past them. There's not a lot he could do. And the fact that they're battling, if you end up sticking your nose alongside them, you know, there's potential. And I have to say, first glance at that one from me, I think that was fair from Lycorius. He was on the inside. There was plenty of room to the outside. I don't think he went into him. So I think that was fair. Oh, hang on. Was it a laggy thing on my side? Because Twiglet's now with him again. So on my screen, guys, Twiglet went round. Perhaps he didn't actually spin. I think it might have been lag. Sorry, concentrating a lot down here rather than further up because the action's been here, but it's starting to build up a bit further up. This is Kemmons on the hard tyres. Gazzo's had an absolutely immense start, by the way, to this race, up into P5. Yes, Gazza. Oh, he's only got 2. Sorry, I thought he qualified 10th, but he got up to 7th in the end, so he's up 2 places. Still a very nice start, of course. Kemmons not so good down 4 from the start, but he's right on the back of Gazza here. You know Kemmons' pace. Kemmons is actually an exceptional driver, especially on street tracks. Now, Australia is a street track, but it's not, you know, it's not like Monaco, is it? It's a bit different, so it's a bit more like Baku sort of style. You know, it's not like Monaco or Singapore. Does love the street tracks, this Kemmons. And here he goes. Goes to the outside. They're going to end up side by side, are they, in the quick left-right. Oh, he gets ahead of Gazza before they reach it. So, Kemmons through. Oh, and we've lost Whoopi. We've lost Whoopi. And that is a full safety car. That is definitely a full safety car. No way that's going to be anything else. Well, is it late enough for the medium tyre starters to pit to hards? I would say that this is very borderline, personally. We've lost Whoopi. No way. Not in the first race of the season. Not a great way to start the season for our man. Our boss man. He's didn't have fun in qualifying. He's lost doing it at the start of the race, or well, not right at the start, but just after, and now out of the race. Such a shame. We'd never want to lose anyone really, but we certainly don't want to lose Whoopi, one of our stars. So pit stop start occurring. This is Hunter in the other Ferrari, so taking a hit, seeing his teammates out. So he's going to switch to the hards. As I said, there is definitely going to be a question mark over whether these hards will go to the end. I think technically, yes, they probably can make it. Whether they're going to be able to make it with any real pace or not, we'll find out, I guess. But yeah, even Massey at the front has actually opted to stay out on the mediums. So Massey stayed out, Valungas has stayed out, and Gads has stayed out on the mediums. So a little surprised at that. Taguner did pit from P2. So Declan now into P2. He started on the hard tyres, Declan. But Taguner is the highest of the drivers that have pitted and come back out again. So he will absolutely be crying for no more safety cars. That's the plan. When you do this, when you pit to hards, the plan is that you're going to the end of the race and that you'll be able to take the lead when everybody in front of you pits. And then, of course, then it becomes you're being chased down, and you know you're just trying to lap the best that you can and keep the gap as wide as you can. But hope you're still there at the end of the race. The problem with Australia, of course, I was wrong about the safety car free race, and there's every chance that there's going to be another one. This is when you can plan as much as you like. You can plan your strategy as best you can for tracks like this, but let's be honest, it normally gets thrown out the window. you just react to it the best you can. You act on the spur of the moment, sort of thing. And it's usually the ones that make that selection, or that, you know, do that. Make those choices the best in the spur of the moment, sort of thing. That end up at the top. Either that or it's the luckiest ones, so whichever way you want to look at it, really. Yeah, definitely a shame to lose Whoopi. First race of the season, on a short season as well, just 12 races this season. I was going to be streaming through Streamlabs tonight, guys. I've connected everything up and all that, and I had an overlay sorted with the calendar on to be able to show you all that sort of thing, but unfortunately I did a test run earlier on and it didn't work, so I wasted my time doing the overlays and all that. But yeah, so hopefully moving forward I'll be able to get to that, but this week I wasn't able to use it. It's a shame, but I am just wondering though if reconnecting Streamlabs and all that is what's causing me issues. But having said that, touch wood, it seems to be going on alright at the moment, so I would definitely suggest it was a server issue. He needs to back off Massey slightly. He's done that as well. Right, Massey goes. Declan P2. He's getting a run by the looks of it. Yeah, Massey. Well, Declan gets a run on Massey, takes the lead. It's almost like Massey sort of said, there, you carry on. Ah, Gaz's round. Stayed out in those mediums. He's ended up round, coming out of turn 1 and 2. Whether there was contact, I'm not sure, but we've definitely ended up round. Mr. Heatgang gets out of X11 there. All sorts going on the restarts. So, and X11 back through, kicks Mr. Heatgang. Managed to outbrake him, made the corner, and through he goes. Nicely done. Junkie on the back of these as well. Here, it's just ahead of X11 and Mr. Heatgang. That's those guys just behind there. But Junkie right on the back of Twiglet. It's Hunter just ahead. So, just to mention that Daguna's already up to P4, by the way. He has fallen slightly off the guys in front, but he's only a second and a half down. That's not any issue at all. We wouldn't mind getting it back, of course, but it's not an issue. Fatal Defiance and a superb race so far. P6 on medium tyres, so we will need to pit again. Very close between the two is. So this ends up being a decent overtaking opportunity here, but there's no DRS zone, of course. I assume because it is a continuous sort of right and then straight into a continuous left, even though it's very gentle right and left. But because it is technically, in the terms of Formula 1, they are classed as corners, so I can only assume that's why they didn't put a DRS zone there. But we've got a yellow flag and Twiglet's lost places, and it is Twiglet. Spins it round. Let's get going again. And, oh, Chip Van's had a moment as well. Lost a few places in the final corner there, but didn't actually seem to lose it. I think he's just basically had a moment. Possibly through traction getting on. Ooh, well done, Mr. Heatgang. Very, very easily could have ended up in the back of Junkie there, but he reacted well. Oh, and Junkie suddenly teleported up the road for me. Maybe he wasn't even there in the first place, I don't know. Oh, good God. Kemments and Twiglet are into the pits. Kemments onto mediums. Twiglet, for some unknown reason, onto softs. But, there we go. Go to Massey then. He's definitely trying to get the lead back here, Massey, as he opens up the energy with the DRS on the outside of this corner, but was never fully alongside. Now you get another run here. See DRS open. Again, I think he's just going to run out of tarmac. It's really showing you, isn't it, how difficult it is to overtake here. Even when you do get a run on someone, if they just park the car in the middle of the road, it's so difficult. Kind of forced to go to the outside. If you go to the inside, then you're not going to really make the corner at all. Essentially out of contact, so you're kind of forced to try and go around the outside, and it's, of course, very, very difficult to do that. All the while, Columbus is staying with them. He's out of energy. Oh, Columbus, surely Columbus would be best served not using any energy, storing it back up. these ones. Just going to go to the back of the field. We got Gaz's, well, Twiglet was heating up his tyres. Gaz's nips ahead of him. Gaz on hards, Twiglet on softs. And ultimately, the real reason for Gazza to fight is because you will know at this stage of the race, if the driver's on softs, they're going to pit again, so they're not really in a battle as such. So he's going to battle it though, he's going to come back at him. Trying a bit of contact in the end. So, understandably, Twiglet does not want to give that position up and end up behind the driver on hards at this point when his soft tyres are at their absolute optimum. It's I think it was fair between the two of them. I know they made contact, but I don't think there was anything particularly bad from either of them. I think it was just a bit of contact. That was it. So, in terms for Gaza though, he's just dropped out to 1 second. He could do with staying in the 1 second if he can. I know it's not easy when you're on hards and the other drivers on softs, but do that and just get dragged along by him. That wouldn't be too bad. So. Massey's still trying to work his way to a move. He's stored up a really nice amount of energy, up to 40%. But Declan's been doing the same. He seems to have a sixth sense that Massey's doing it and does it back. Valungus, meanwhile, still using his. So, I understand he wants to stay on them, Valungus. They've clearly got very good pace, these two, and Valungus wants to stay with them because Massey's got a penalty, so of course he does. But, he will leave himself susceptible to Daguna. Well, I mean, ultimately, when the front three pit, Daguna's going to take the lead of this race. They really do need another safety car. I still think that when Daguna pitted to those hards, it was pretty on the line as to whether that was okay for going to the end of the race or not. I think it's going to be close. He's also going to try. He's going to try and take it to the end of the race, and then he'll probably make a decision sort of around lap 22, 23 of whether he can actually do it or not. So if he can't, then it'll be a quick switch to softs, but so if he can, that's how he's going to win the race, if he can. He's relying on other drivers, not because of safety cars, but at the moment, seems pretty safe from that. Let's just come down a little bit. Valungus there pitting onto the hard tyres, then he's exited the pits in P12. He's got about a 3-second gap there ahead of him to Hunter, who potentially is going to the end of this race. X11 to the inside of Craig. And he's got that move done by the looks of it. Craig looks like he's coming back a little bit, but not able to into the quick left-right. And X11 makes that place up as he looks to make a bit of a comeback, actually, X11, after the issues at the start. Next driver is Fatal Defiance, who is right on the back of Lycorius. Again, just sort of shows for Fatal here, it's just so difficult to get past. Into the pits is our race leader? No, not race leader, our second place man, Massey. He's pitting first, he's going for the undercut. Is it going to work? You would assume that Declan will be in next lap. At which point, Daguna will officially take the lead of the race, and he will be leading this race. It's not superficially, he will be in the lead. So, you can see for Fatal here, it's just so difficult. So difficult. does have an energy advantage, but it's not like 16%, so it's nice, but at the same time, doesn't want to sort of eat that up at this point. There it goes. This might be an opportunity. Does turn the energy on. Going for the inside. Makes the corner. Just about. Is okay. And takes us up into P3. As X11 looks to follow him through. Oh, ooh. Squeeze Lycorius a bit. I think there was enough room. It was just difficult for Lycorius because of the angle that he was going into the corner. Made it difficult to avoid the contact, but X11 through and into P4. Lycorius just about holds off Craig and stays P5. That, by the way, is Junkie Emperor that's catching onto the back of them now as well. Oh, we've got a Sector 1 yellow. Oh, it's Twiglet out of the race. What's he retiring the pits? I've got absolutely no idea what's just happened. Twiglet, regardless, Twiglet is out of the race. Is he retiring the pits? I can only assume that that's the only way that's not brought out a safety car, to be honest. So I think that's what he's done, but I can't say for certain. The most important thing actually was that Declan Massey carried on and did another lap. So Massey currently P10, having pitted. Now he's onto the hards. He's got a good 3-second gap ahead of him, and Declan Massey stays out. I don't blame Declan for this. I think this is good. I think this is a good strategy. He's holding off. He's going to let Dabini use his tyres a bit. I mean, of course, Declan is on the hards. He started hards, whereas Massey started mediums, so naturally, of course, he would be going a bit longer into the race. Into the pits is Lycorius and Junkie. Way to go. It's 11. Staying with Fatal. It's I have to say, it's a brilliant comeback drive from X11 this, and Fatal's drive himself is absolutely brilliant. And it's going to be interesting what to do, because they're both on mediums. They're not going to the end. They will need to pit again. Obviously, they would love to be able to pit the softs, but it's just, I don't think they're going to get that far. I think they're going to need the other set of mediums. Clement sets fastest lap. Back on softs, so Lungus gets ahead of Hunter. Apologies, I missed that one. And the Hunter come back at him. Goodness me. So just caught too much of the curb. Nearly spun him round, but saved that really nicely. There's Junkie and Lycorius on their 8 laps, having pitted, having a little bit of a battle, but it's like Junkie's held on to that. The DRS, but no real opportunity here. This is the battle really at the moment. Slipstream on Fatal, uses some energy. See the flashing red light on Fatal's car, so he knows that Fatal's struggling for energy as well. Straight line speed looks pretty good though. He'd run quite deep into the corner, Fatal, but he's still got a decent enough exit. Continue the fight, the battle. It's what you want. It's good racing. As I mentioned, Craig is very much still on the back as well. He's still there. Declan Marsden. I've got a sneaky feeling that Declan might be doing actually exactly what I was doing in the strategy last night, and deciding to extend the hard stint that he started on in order to go to softs later. He knows that by now Massey has probably undercut him. And I'm just trying to do my maths, and I think he has. So I'm thinking that Marsden might try and push this out, go to soft, so that he can really attack and come back at him later on. And by extending out and trying to do that, what you're also doing, of course, is covering off a late safety car. So if there were to be, to go to softs, he needs to go to. You can't really pit before lap 22, so if that's what he's doing, he's just about to come around to the pits again. We'll see if he comes in. No, he hasn't. He's carried on, so I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing. Yeah, of course. Australia, it's not a track where the softs are gonna keep you going very long. They will wear extremely quickly, but they will have a serious advantage. So X11 goes to the outside of Fatal, and Fatal tries to cut back on him, and he does, and gets the position back. They did have a little bit of contact. It wasn't much, but there was a little bit. But Fatal comes out on top on that occasion. But it looks like they're both trying to push this to go to another set. To a set of softs. Oh, and Hunter in the second Ferrari's had a spin. Drops himself down to P12. I can't see any damage, so I think he's okay for carrying on. But, Mr. Heat Gang and Volungus side by side. I believe this is Volungus coming past Mr. Heat Gang. As Massey continues his way up through the field. Volungus into P8. Massey up into 6th now. Let's give you an idea, just quickly do my maths. Really put to call that 14. Yeah, he's only about 16 and a half seconds behind the leader. So he will definitely pass Declan when he pits. It's going to be interesting later in the race, and it's doubly interesting the fact that Daguna will absolutely be trying to push these tyres to the end. That's the way he's going to win the race if he could do that. Fatal pits then. He's gone to softs. I mean, that's a bit early, that is a lot. That's quite a lot of laps to have softs to do around here. He needs to hold off this car, by the way. He really needs to hold Lycorius off. It's not easy when you're on cold tyres. But he does not want a guy who's on only 4-lap mediums to get ahead of him. And the next guy at the road is on 4-lap mediums, so he's going to be hard enough. If you stick 2 of them in front of you, that could really impede him in making his way forward. And of course, he's also trying to undercut X11 as well. And he's got a nice little 2.6 second gap to Junkie. His tyres will be workable now in temperature-wise, so that's not an issue. It's coming to Craig, who's still very much... Surely X11 is going to react to that. And, yeah, does. It's a late entry, but he does pit. Declan is still going. I think Declan's right, though. Lap 22 is what I called. I think that is the correct lap to be pitting if you're going to go to a set of softs. I do think Fatal had it early. Maybe he did that deliberately, and I think that's Hunter round. So Declan's doing the right thing, and just last couple of laps we have had a couple of yellow flags. I think Hunter's going to have to pit. I think he's lost his left end plate there, so into the pits he comes. Gunnar at the moment is looking good. He's 6 seconds behind Marsden. He's going to lead this race by about 9.5 seconds. Just to mention, by the way, Craig is looking absolutely fantastic as well as Massey. And Another yellow flag there. I don't know what that was for, but this is Massey then on the back of Craig. And this is a genuine fight for position. I believe Craig is going to try and take his tyres to the end. So Massey, I believe, will need to get past him on track. It's of course hard to know. And it looks like Declan's doing another lap. He's really showing us, actually. So what Declan is showing us is that by staying out this long, he would have done 23 laps. That tells us that the Gunnar and Craig and Chip Van can absolutely get to the end of this race on those hard tyres, because Declan's done the amount, will have done the amount of laps that they will need to do. So, Massey to the inside, tiny little contact on the left rear from Craig, but absolutely nothing, and through into P3. Craig will obviously try and stay within the penalty range of Massey, but Massey with those much younger tyres will be very, very hard to stay on the back of, let alone because of his pace as well. It's a gap to Declan now for Massey. A lot easier to work out now. So, as you can see, it is 16 seconds. Surely Declan's in this lap. Yep, here he comes. So this is going to be a switch to softs, and then he's going to chase them back down. It'll be interesting. I think he will come out behind Volungus. Might be quite tight with Volungus on pit exit. It's, just see where he is. It's quite a short pit stop, actually, isn't it? So Massey only just gets through. It must be the shortest stop of the season. I didn't realise it was that short a stop, so that changes things somewhat. He's literally out on the back of Craig, who's on 18 lap old hards. Declan is in this race, and the Gunnar is definitely a hot favourite at the moment. I think he's a massive favourite, actually. I can't imagine. Well, it's whether Massey can chase him down, really. Isn't it? I don't know. I don't know. Ooh. No space there. Is that Craig lagging about a bit? Mine seems to have stabilised. Oh, God, why am I saying that? Don't say that. No, it seems to have stabilised now. I can't believe we're actually getting through this race. I haven't got the stream up, by the way. I left it off. Even when it was on the data, it seemed to, I don't know, it just felt like it was interfering with what I was seeing. So, even though it couldn't possibly have been, it just seemed like it was, so. Declan passed Craig in a way, and he will get onto Massey now. I really didn't realise this pit stop was that short. It just surprised me. That's why you got to do your homework, you see. It's, I mean, Massey's got the penalty in a way, so he's already technically lost that position, but as difficult as it is to overtake around Australia, I can't really see him being able to put up too much of a fight here against Declan. It's beginning to look like De Gunnar has played the absolute master strategy. It's not often it pays off. I must admit, the amount of times I have done the switch to hards in hopes there won't be another safety car, and it just, you know, you do it and then about 5 laps later a safety car comes out again, and it's like, oh, for God's sake. But it's worked tonight for De Gunnar. It's just whether as Declan gets past Massey, they're really, really close. Massey's going to get DRS. Can he get him back? This is what De Gunnar wants. That he wants these guys battling each other. The last thing he wants is a guy on fresh softs chasing him down. While they're battling each other, they're losing time to De Gunnar. They lost actually about half a second there. So now, so 4 laps to go. The gap's 8 seconds. So Declan has to not only pull out, well, not only gain 2 seconds a lap to take this win, he's got to get past De Gunnar at the end of that. So, and of course, these softs will deteriorate very quickly around here. So even if he pulled out 2 seconds the first lap, there's no guarantee he'd be able to do it again the second lap, and then the third lap, and the fourth as well. I think if Daguna just keeps his head, keeps the car going in the right directions, tries his best not to make mistakes, he's got this. So look at it already. He's already pulled 1.1 seconds. It's, say, the advantage that Declan will have on those softs is unreal, but it's just whether he keeps that advantage going for 4 laps. That's a lot to ask. But it looks like lap 1 he's going to accomplish it. We're going to sector 3 yellow flag. I think that's Kemmons. It is. Careful, Kemmons. The car's coming round. Don't retire, Kemmons. Please don't retire. Pit to a new set of softs and nick the fastest lap again, but you're going to get points for that position, so don't retire it. So this is Daguna. Declan did take the 2 seconds out of him on the first lap. Can he do it again the second lap? Early indications certainly that he can. He's already got a second. It's going to be squeaky bum time for Daguna, there's no doubt about that. But remember, of course, 2 seconds, of course, as there's a yellow flag, I think. No, it's it's just Kemmons. Kemmons moving out the way for others to let them through. So he's just coming up to the 4-second mark here, Declan. He's ahead of schedule, but that's just it. He has to be ahead of schedule because, of course, if he literally caught him 2 seconds a lap, he'd be catching him on the line. That's no good because he's got to get past him. So actually needed to catch him a bit faster than 2 seconds a lap, and there is Daguna. Being able to see him already, I think, will give Declan a little bit more encouragement. He's driving exceptionally well as well, Declan. Here, he's not putting, he's not putting a foot wrong. He's not making little mistakes that just cost him little bits of time. He looks like he's driving exceptionally well. Car's perfectly placed. Takes the apex. Yellow flag in sector 3. And that is somebody. That's oh no, I think it's Fatal Defiance. He's round on the penultimate corner. Oh, what a shame. Oh, he was having a great race as well. The gap is 2 seconds. The rate they're going, he's going to be within the 1 second by the end of this lap, I believe. Still going to be okay. So getting up onto the back of Daguna is one thing, but getting past him, well, oh, he gets out of shape there, Declan. That's cost him a bit of time. Although I have to admit, it's jumping all over the place on my screen. I'm going to move to a different car. Here we go, 1.4 seconds in the penultimate corner. Going to cross the line, it's going to be around about 1.3, 1.2. Gunnar breaks the toe, he's not willing to give the toe. You could blame him. 1.2 across the line then. As I say, the thing is that the part of the track they're going through right now is generally your best opportunity for overtaking. He's low on energy. This is the moment for me. I think this is it. This coming out of here. Gonna get a little out of shape tonight. I'm not sure. Let's go to the camera. Echo's got to go to the outside. Is he alongside properly? Oh, he's gone way off. Has he? No, it's lag. It's lag on my screen. Apologies. He does get the lead. He does take the lead on the last lap. Oh, the softs managed to hold on for him. And I do think that was important. He's extended that hard stint out so far with Declan. before switching to the softs, and I think that's important because if he'd have pitted much earlier, they would have started going off the softs. So, in a way, Declan wins in Australia. De Gooner P2, Massey P3. They are our podium sitters. I'll get them in for a quick chat in a second. Hopefully, it'll go better than the interview before. Oh no, Craig jumps Massey with a penalty. So Craig is onto the podium. Massey drops to P4. Chip Van 5. Volungus in 6. Junkie Emperor 7. Loses, actually, no, drops to P8. Lycorius P7 on the penalty. X11 P9. Heat Gang P10. Fatal Defiance. Shout out to Fatal. I think he had an absolutely superb race. I just think he moved to the softs a lap or too early, but I don't think his mediums would have been feeling too great at that time, so I can't really blame him for that. He just had a little spin, but he's had an absolutely superb race in a way. Well done, Fatal. So we lose the session. Gaza P12 on a reserve. Difficult night for him, but well done for finishing, Gaza. Hunter as well. All over the place on my screen, but that's because of lag again. Hunter across the line will take P13. And I'm not waiting for P14. He must have already crossed the line, I suppose. Oh yeah, he would have done. He was a lap down, wasn't he? That's Clements. So, the game gives driver of the day to Lycorius. I would assign my driver of the day in just a second. Got to get the boys in for an interview as well. Congratulations, Declan, on the victory. I'm not. Let's have it. Just see what emote he does, but that's it. We're not gonna watch the podium because it's. Look, I stream about 6 times a week now. I don't want to watch the podium anymore. I've had enough of them. So, there we go. I'm really torn. As much as I think Declan's come back to win this race was absolutely brilliant at the end there, I don't think he's driver of the day. I think it's between De Gooner and Craig, and the honest truth, it's say that Kement's got the fastest lap, right? So there's our list. We've already read through them, so unlucky to Twiglet and Whoopi who didn't finish today. I'm just going to quickly go through the incidents because I want to make sure the stewards have got them, just in case they need them. And let's get these guys in, but I'm still not 100% sure on who I'm giving the driver of the day to. I think I'm going to give it to Craig, to De Gooner. I'm going to give it to De Gooner. I'm sorry, Craig, but it's De Gooner's strategy call to go to the hards. Doesn't always pay off, but it did this time. So that's what I'm going to do. Hello. All right. I need to change it to switch to the Xbox often. I had to restart. So there we go. It's on now. You should be able to do it now. Right, who we got? Got you two. Where's Craig? Well, Craig, you're not usually on the podium. Can't miss your podium interview. Right. I've invited him again. Hopefully he'd join, but we'll carry on while we're waiting to see. So I guess I'll do it in. Usually I go from 3 to 1, but I guess I'll go from 1 to 3 just in case he joins. So,
1 to 3.
Yeah, I'll do it that way round. So Declan, you took the victory in the end. We'll come to the last few laps in just a moment. But hang on, Craig's joining. Forget that. I'll speak to Craig first. It does me right in when I do it the wrong way around. You can't, it's weird. Here he comes. Better late than never, Craig. All right, include your audio, buddy. That's right. My name's Craig. I'm always late for stuff as well, mate. Don't worry.
Hello.
Hello. Right, I'm going to speak to you first. Then now you're here. So P3, mate. You've nicked Massey on penalties at the end there, but well done. You had a really good race.
Thank you. It's more luck than anything, but
Well, no,
safety
you
car
say
helped.
that, but you've kept yourself out of trouble. You've gotten through. You pulled the strategy off. You took the risk of going to the hards on the safety car, and it's worked. So fair play to you. Yeah,
Thank
just
you.
talk us through it, mate. Talk us through your race.
I just try to keep clean at the beginning, obviously, because normally a couple of incidents at the beginning, but managed to keep it clean and then just went from there, really. Trying to avoid penalties. That seems to help. And
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. As you
not,
said,
not much more than that, really.
No,
Obviously, the guys behind me that overtook were obviously quicker, so I try not to get in their way, but
yeah. I mean, it's something you got to sort of keep in your mind. You're doing such a long stint on the hards. There's bound
yeah,
to be
yeah,
drivers around you that are a lot quicker, but they're gonna have to pit again and stuff like that. So,
yeah,
yeah, you just got to bear that in mind. But no, you did that well. So primarily you've kept yourself out of trouble. You made a strategy call. It's paid off. And
yeah,
it's given you a
exactly. Yeah.
third place and a great start to the
Yes,
season. So,
thank you.
congratulations. Every fibre in my being wanted to give you driver of the day, but I'll be honest, I had to give it to Daguna. I
That's
didn't
fair
feel
enough.
right giving it to anyone else. So
No,
yeah.
that's fine, mate.
But who the hell's Hydrospace? Somebody just added me as friend. I don't know who they are. Um, right. Okay. Yeah. I'll come on to Daguna then. Hello, mate. Congratulations,
Oh, mate.
P2. Um, what a battle! That was great. That was so fun. You've got to watch this back. It was great.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was absolutely crapping it and lost 2 laps to the 3 laps.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't blame you. It's never a nice feeling if you're on hards, let alone 20 lap hards. That and then you see the guy behind you. He might be 8 seconds behind you, but he's on beautiful fresh soft tires, absolutely
yeah. Yeah, I
flying.
mean, I got off the line, awesome. I got a great start, and then obviously I saw that safety car come, and I couldn't believe Massey didn't pit. And I was like, right, I'm in for a chance here.
Yeah.
And then I just tried to keep him as close to him as I possibly could, but the tires were just shot in the end, and they got me a little bunch off the track. But I
Yeah.
think he would have got me anyway, to be fair. My tires were like on 75, nearly 80%.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm happy with P2 anyway for the first race, especially as I
Yeah.
crashed out in qualifying, so I'll take that.
Yeah, really, really good result. Chunky's finished as well and picked up some points. So as a team, you've picked up some good
Yep.
points tonight. Um, yeah, I mean, you mentioned there that you were surprised Massey didn't pit. I guess ultimately because it's Australia,
Yeah.
it's a gamble, isn't
Going
it?
for another safety car in it. That's what I thought.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, if another safety
exactly.
car would have come about locally, so I only had one set of mediums, which I started on, didn't I? So
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping a safety car didn't come, which it didn't.
that's it. Yeah,
But if it
and
would have
then
come in the later stages, I could have jumped on fresh softs. But it happens, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah. No, fair play, man. As I say, driver of the day today. It's to be honest, I kind of want to give you and Craig a sort of joint award, really. But actually, we'll see who really
It'll
gets
go
it in
to a
the.
vote anyway, I
Yeah, it
suppose,
goes
won't it?
to a
So
vote in the server. But
he
my
had a great drive
I
anyway.
always
So
give
yeah,
a
nice one
comms
for
one,
that.
and I'm giving it to you. So, yeah, well done to both of you. Declan, after that, you joined the league earlier on today, didn't you? And then just won the race.
Yeah, yeah, it's
You saw,
just
you conquered, and um,
yeah. Which, to be fair, I didn't think I was going to. So
well,
it was nice those last few laps. I was listening to the stream the whole time. You're saying I need to gain 2 seconds to catch him. I was like, no, I need to gain more than that. So
yeah, I
I
didn't
was just really
think
pushing him
calculate the
and
fact that actually, if you gain 2 seconds, you'd literally catch him on the
get him
line.
on
It
the
would take no
line.
good.
Yeah,
So, yeah, but
and I knew my heart was just racing those last few laps because I'm just sitting there pushing like it's a quali, even though I used all 3 sets of softs in quali, so I just had used softs. So
right,
are nice fresh ones. But
right, okay, but you went really long on the hards. I think it was 23 laps you did on the hards. So,
to be
um,
honest, if I didn't keep going every time I went to the line, the box line was there, but I was like, one more, one more. You can ask any of the people I was in the party with. I just kept going one more lap, one more lap. They kept telling me, boy, you got to pit soon.
yeah,
So, but
I think that's won you the race though, because I think if you'd have pitted it much earlier, especially with used softs, they probably would have started to
yeah,
go off before you reached the Gunner, and then it becomes the trouble of now they're going off. How'd you get past, sort of thing. So
Exactly,
I
yeah.
think that was important, and I think that's probably what won your race. But yeah, it was definitely interesting. It was great fun to watch at the end. You could see it all happening, and obviously very important to get past Craig and Massey as quickly as you did. If they'd held you up, Massey held you up a little bit, but not quite enough. But if they
I
had
think he
held
went
you
up
up a
as well. He
bit
got out in
longer,
front of Chipman as well, didn't he?
yeah, yeah,
If he had got out
um,
behind Chipman, then I think I might have held on for the win. But
yeah. I was actually really
Yeah.
surprised how close you were. I must admit I didn't realise
I
how
made a
short the
mistake
safety
into one
pit
of the
stop is.
corners. Dropped to like a second in like one sector.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, seriously, man, really good win. Great pace. Great to have you in the league. I hope. Are you intending on racing regularly?
Yep. I'm
Excellent.
intending on racing regularly, so
Brilliant. Okay, what time is it there?
it's 4:28 actually. It's like what 9 o'clock for y'all now? Almost 10.
Yeah, it's
9:30.
9:30 now. Yeah, so
Yeah.
well, it's afternoon for you. Yeah, you're not in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I'm not. There is still very nice bit of daylight outside for me.
Cool. All right then. Well, yeah. Seriously, well done to all three of you. As I say, Daguna, you're getting my comms driver today. That's
you.
what I'm going to do. I'm going to award you my comms one, but I'm going to vote for Craig in the Discord.
Yeah, all right.
He's getting his 2 drivers today.
Let all the other drivers decide that
Oh.
anyway.
Yeah. Right. Okay, guys, and we are at ooh, I've forgotten already.
Oh,
I
Canada,
checked.
good.
Canada next week. Canada.
Canada, right?
Ooh, my worst track. Okay. Well, actually, it
Canada, we
used
haven't-
to be.
Canada.
used to
Last time
be.
I raced Canada, I won my league. So hoping I
Did
can
you?
do
I
that again.
won't finish Canada. If I do finish it, I'll finish it with about 15 seconds of penalties at least. And that's if I finish.
Gotta
Yeah.
learn how to cut the track limits properly. So
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a shocking track limit.
It is. Yeah, I must admit, it used to be my worst track. I say that. I forgot. Actually, last time I was there, I put a load of practice in and improved loads. But yeah, so okay. Well, we'll look forward to that one for a second race of the season. Hopefully, the actual like main drivers will all sign up for next week. But being Easter weekend,
hopefully
we'll
not,
get
yeah,
because
some
they'll
I'm
be
a
few.
back.
reserve.
They'll be back
Hopefully
with
not,
the
because
seats.
I'm a reserve. So
Did it fall on Sundays? Is it? Okay. Well, we'll kick someone for you, Declan. Don't worry. We'll yeah. We'll
that
kick
guy's
someone.
slow. Bye.
Right. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations to all three of you. To the guys on the stream, I'm so sorry about all the problems we've had tonight. But what I'm really glad about, though, is that once we got into the race, whatever solved it. I can only assume it was the servers, and it finally solved it. But so the race went swimmingly once we were there. But quality was an absolute nightmare. So thanks to you guys for staying with me and keeping me entertained in the chat. Thanks to everybody who watched the race back at a later point. It's all really appreciated beyond myself and League. We'll see you again for Canada same time next week. I'm back live tomorrow night for my new league. G Round Effect League Racing GLR. So I'll see you then. But good night. God bless. Have a nice what's left of your weekends.
Happy Easter. See y'all.